hope you're doing well. I hope your family doing well. Glad you stopped by to see a bitch. I'm your nosy neighbor lady. It's your nosy neighbor lady show, and I think that Brandy is okay. It's just a bad week. Them swoops and dupes and loops and swoops and dupe. Y'all just swooped the dupe to death. Like y'all put a little gel here and a little. I think them edges is a young girl game. And not saying older women can't wear this or that, but some of that stuff is dramatic and traumatic for people who got to look at it. You know, Brandy always been the girl with the braids, but do I think she's sick? I don't think she's sick. I grew up with Brandy. Sitting up in my room, have you ever? It was like my favorite song. The way she had her braids up in the roses and stuff. I don't think she's sick. But what I do think is that people gonna ride and die for Cardi B, but Brandy, icon, legend, ain't she like the Bible voice or the voice of the Bible, or vocal Bible that you all say? We just treat our legends so bad. And it's just also a note to the culture that all this gatekeeping and keeping people out, not letting people with talent prosper, the Chloe Baileys, the Tylers, if you're into her, just all these young girls can't prosper because of the gatekeeping. So we're so hyper focused on these older legends. And not saying that we should not, but just even with the Earth, Wind, and Fires and Frankie and Beverly and Maze and all this stuff, as young people, we weren't hyper focused on that. We were hyper focused on the music we was listening to, hyper focused on the people we liked. Whereas young people don't really have nobody to be hyper focused about to me. Yeah, Summer Walker, or I guess her leaving the in the middle of the night. But anyway, let me look at my note cards. I just feel like them surgeries, yeah, whether they your favorite or not, them surgeries for a 47-year-old woman. We know she went to Macon, not Macon, is it Macomb, Mississippi, to get the key to the city, which extraordinary, you know. She deserves it for sure. She had a Barbie that was modeled after her back in the day. Like she was every girl next door who was not a traditional beauty, where you felt like you were beautiful because you saw her. And she wasn't the video vixen, and she wasn't super light skin or whatever these things were, but she definitely was always thin. They said back then she was struggling with eating disorders and the dehydration. And notice how every time we see her perform, even recently, they were on some stage and she had on the block colors suit with the blocked colors, and they were dancing super baggy clothes. She has a weight issue. But black people, we just love to tear down our legends. Well, some of the cracks funny? Yeah, some of them was funny, but it's just a disrespect. It's just a disrespect. And nobody's perfect, of course, but I feel like in them surgeries, when you get to be a certain age, like all these lines in my forehead and stuff, like no lines nowhere. And then the teeth are nice, but they just too big. It's just not flattering. And could she be on a GLP-1? Because she always had weight issues, and we know in celebrity culture, it's not whether you really look good or not. I think some of the nose jobs and the filler and the Botox is more about a status thing. Like, oh, did you go get your Botox? Yeah, I did too. Yeah, yeah. Like it's more of, did you get your nails done? Yeah, I got my nails done. It's a status thing. I think sometimes, like some way to flex or feel like you got money. Oh, well, I went to see my doctor. Can you tell? I don't even think it's all about self esteem. I think it's kind of like a flexing in those circles. You know, and I just think being under the spotlight since she was like 15 years old, definitely she want to be thin. And she came up in a world where twos and fours was everywhere. We live in a time now where curvy girls are in, or a size 8 or 10 is in. But back then, even top model with, like this video if you can, I'd appreciate it. But the Takara on top model, that girl was not big. But back then she was big, but she was not big in the grand scheme of things. But television, yeah. But I don't know. I just feel like edges ain't for everybody. I do feel like we slim down as we age. I do think that your body different. You can't hold food different. You wake up or you eat this, you got a cramp. You eat that, you can't. You constipated. I know from experience. You know what I'm saying? Will I ever really track my eating habits and care? I don't know. I just rather sit on the toilet. I don't know if I ever track my eating habits. Well, I don't have the money to track my eating habits, but it's just. But then even just losing weight from just really being homeless, losing weight. You're not eating. You don't have money to eat, or you got to eat what's available, or eat one time a day. And I'm definitely a comfort eater, but just being slimmer, I didn't like how I looked at 200 pounds. And y'all know I'm 5'8", so I can carry some weight and still look good. But I just didn't like. I felt too skinny. I didn't feel like myself. Now, is that a black thing? It might be. The way we view bodies and how we say people sick or on drugs. And we did a video way back about that where women were saying black people skinny shame them. And then a whole bunch of women was like, we don't skinny shame y'all. We don't bully y'all for skinny. And we got actually a lot of hits on that video because it was like, stop lying. Y'all know y'all be skinny shaming women because black women are bigger built women overall. Of course not. I don't even think they're bigger built like they used to be. I think even some of the slimness I see, which is fine, but just coming up in a day where cornbread and potatoes and greens, and you knew your mama was cooking a real meal and not processed food. Just seeing a lot of these young girls coming up who was raised on oodles and noodles and chicken nuggets, and it's like, I don't. But the black gays, we don't see right. You know what I'm saying? Because even for me, I don't even think I see myself right. I don't want to gain as much weight as I had on me, but definitely feel more comfortable being 200 plus. Definitely. I definitely feel more comfortable. But they said all year, like with Chadwick Bowen, the Black Panther guy, the Black Panther. And I feel like that's kind of extreme to be like, oh, what if she's dying and y'all making fun of her? That's kind of extreme. I don't think Brandy dying. Okay, that's extreme. She's not dying. I think that's extreme. And if she is dying, if she wanted us to know, she'll let us know. Don't put death on people. Y'all love to kill people on the internet and then wake all they did. They did. Y'all love that. I don't know what that's about. A mess. But then too, I think too, y'all act like Photoshop is not real. Edited, even me doing these new thingies, the AI where YouTube make my thumbnail, it's so weird for me to see myself looking different. And I'm like, dude, why don't you just get me off the video and put me in the video? I don't want to look Asian. I don't want to look black. I don't want to look light skinned. I don't want to look different than. I'm fine with this. I'm cool. Me and my face, we've been together too long. But I think her hair down, like any woman. I even look different versus when I wear my ponytail versus when I'm. Even this hair is different from the straight hair. And a lot of that long hair covers all of this. Matter of fact, Cardi B, when she had on that white, I didn't know her neck looked that big and that long. But maybe she's getting too much surgery where it's just thinning out her face where her neck is like hella big. Like, people look different with this versus all this out. Like, that's a difference. Even this whole different person. But yeah, that's my little edge. I'm just playing. No, I just didn't tuck it in. But it's just like she stayed dehydrated. Every time something happens, she dehydrated. But it's still like we're talking about a 47-year-old woman. I think we don't want our celebrities to age. We can't accept age in no type of way. Black people definitely have an obsession with black don't crack and all this, which it do crack. Whether it's in your face or in your body. Everybody age. And this obsession with not aging. I just feel bad for people who live by the internet. I just really feel bad for people who don't think for themselves and cannot grasp basic concepts like aging. And Botox and face lifts. Ain't no way a 47-year-old woman face is that smooth. Yeah, these wrinkles come, but that's only because they like, girl, they ain't gonna, it's just like how much you gonna get. Like how much you gonna get. But But just the ride or die for people who are not icons and legends like Brandy is definitely it's just aggravating. It's just aggravating because I feel like y'all ride and die for all these other people and all these other races of people and stuff. And then Brandy, I just feel like it was a bad wig choice. It was a bad hairdo. She could have got the real braids to put on a different wig, and them flyaway hair. Like when you got a small forehead, anyway, even if you got a big forehead, just covering up your whole head and, all, and then the hairs on. I did edges before on this channel when the COVID first hit, and I was just playing with gels and we was at home all day, and I wanted to see what the new trend and just try something I had not tried before. You're in the house all day. So some of my older videos, they're like dramatic edges and stuff. Till I realized this is really not my style. I really don't like it. Now, will I go in and swoop this a little swoop and a little bring this down? Like, yes, yeah, yeah. But just that dramatic edge and those flyaways and all that, just because it's a trend, don't mean it look good on you. And I do kind of think that's a young woman game. I do. And then too with the products and the glue and the gel and in real life, if you don't know how to style your hair for real, that stuff don't look good in real life. And it's summer and you sweating and it don't look good. Then you got the makeup on in real life. Who is really able to keep their hair up like that in real life unless you're a hairstylist? Or unless you're a girly to do hair, like every morning, if I'm doing something with my hair or whatever, yeah, I can do it. But I'm a style. I'm not a stylist, but I know how to do my own hair. So if you don't even know how to do your own hair and you going to a girl and now your lace lifted and all that and you don't know how to put it back down or you don't know how to blend it or whatever they're doing, I just think you should make your life easier. I even just seen a video where a girl was like, I'm doing wigs now with leave out. Well, if you have leave out, let's just say that. But it's just like, it just make life easier. Even with this, these are clip-ins. I'm really enjoying them. They stuck together and matted and stuff, but I don't need definition. And I'm not blind buying the human ones. And I got another bag of them too. I think they were natural black and these was the black browns. And I'm going to just put them in. I really liked them. Definitely would do it again. And some of them was too much and I just kind of clipped the strings at the bottom, but I'm not trying to impress nobody. And I'm definitely not trying to impress another woman. That's one thing about me too. And I'm impressive in my face and in my dress. So if a woman is obsessed with my hair, she got to call the LGBTQ and they don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. And then black men, I'm not trying to impress black men either. So I'm not trying to slay edges and melt wigs and stuff. I don't care what people think about my hair like that. I want to look good for me and I like it. And I know I'm fly anyway. This is a package. But just having my hair like perfect, I've never really cared about that. I want my hair to look good or nice, but just even with the lace glue on your forehead, I'm not gluing shit to my forehead. But not because you can't or whoever do can't, but just me and stuff on my, I know it would aggravate me and I know I would like be pulling and tugging, but I just think Brandy did the wrong wig on the wrong day, the wrong edges, and the wrong flyaways. Okay, but I love Brandy, so I hope y'all get up off her. Leave her alone. If she's sick, let her be sick in peace. But don't put death and sickness and illness on people. Do it to the people y'all like. Do it to the young people. They got time. But on our older people, we do not need that. She pushing 50. She still actually have a voice. Still can sing. She's entertained us for years. Even with the Moesha. I didn't watch Moesha for real, but what she mean to the culture for you all who watched her and enjoyed her and thought y'all could be something because she was smart, that's amazing. But I've definitely been there for the music, but not the new music. The full moon and all that, I don't know nothing about none of that. But I did like the cuts coming up, the sitting up in our room. Have you ever, I want to be down, just. And some of the jokes was funny, but it's just the need to insult our legends, the need to insult black women, the need to just kill black people on the internet, black legends and icons on the internet. Like, I just don't think it's flattering. But black culture. So, if you like this video, give me a like. Stay beautiful, stay handsome, stay wonderful you. I'll definitely try to make another video and see what that looks like. And thank you, new people, for coming. I did not know them shorts would do that. I'm not really a short girl. I'm trying to see how would I do that and what would I talk about. But anyway, have a good. It's almost the weekend. Yeah, have a good weekend. Bye.